The hybrids. The hybrids represent the most disturbing implication of the alien presence, beings created through a genetic combination of human and extraterrestrial DNA. Reportedly produced in vast numbers aboard alien craft and raised in environments completely alien to human understanding, they are described as appearing almost human, but with a subtle wrongness. Oversized eyes that blink sideways. Skin with an unusual pallor, ranging from pale grey to a sickly white. Movements that seem slightly too fluid or too mechanical. Witnesses describe hybrid children as emotionally flat, speaking in monotone voices, and displaying intellectual abilities far beyond their apparent age. According to abduction researchers, these beings are created through the extraction of human genetic material during abduction experiences, combined with grey, or other alien, genetics, gestated in artificial environments, and raised with minimal human contact. Abductees report being shown hybrid children during repeat encounters, and being told, "These are your children." A statement that leaves profound psychological trauma. The hybrids allegedly serve multiple purposes, bridging genetic compatibility between species, preparing for integration with human society, or perhaps, replacing humanity entirely, in a slow, invisible invasion. Some witnesses even describe adult hybrids living among humans undetected, occupying positions where they can quietly observe and report on human behavior. Whether the hybrid program represents preparation for open contact, an attempt at species preservation, or something far darker, remains one of ufology's most disturbing and unsolved questions. The Flatwoods Monster. The Flatwoods Monster appeared exactly once in documented history, on September 12, 1952, in Flatwoods, West Virginia. Yet that single encounter was so bizarre, it defies categorization within standard alien typology. Described as a massive being between 10 and 13 feet tall, it possessed a blood-red face with glowing orange eyes, and a pointed, hood-shaped head that may have been a helmet. Its dark metallic body was said to resemble a pleated skirt, or a cloak. The creature reportedly emitted a sickening mist, causing nausea, eye irritation, and throat swelling in the 7 witnesses who encountered it near a landed craft. Unlike typical humanoid aliens, the Flatwoods Monster moved by gliding rather than walking, and allegedly hissed at the witnesses before disappearing into the darkness. The being was accompanied by a pulsing red light, and a pungent metallic smell that, according to reports, lingered for days. Skeptics later proposed that the witnesses may have seen a barn owl perched on a branch. However, this explanation does not fully account for the reported physical symptoms, the presence of a landed craft, or the 7 independent and consistent descriptions. The Flatwoods Monster has never appeared again, making it unique among reported alien encounters, a single, terrifying manifestation without precedent or repetition. Some researchers have suggested that what witnesses observed may have been an environmental suit worn by a more conventional alien, with the mechanical appearance and toxic mist explained as technological malfunction, rather than biological features. The Andromedans. The Andromedans are described as one of the most spiritually and technologically advanced civilizations in the galaxy, originating from the Andromeda Galaxy, approximately 2.5 million light-years from Earth, and allegedly deeply concerned with humanity's evolutionary trajectory. They are said to appear remarkably human, with heights ranging from 5 to 7 feet, pale blue or white skin, large almond-shaped eyes in shades of blue to violet, and a presence that witnesses describe as radiating pure, unconditional love. According to contactee Alex Collier and others, Andromedans communicate exclusively through telepathy, transmitting not just words, but entire conceptual frameworks, emotional contexts, and multidimensional understandings, simultaneously. They allegedly exist partially outside linear time, perceiving past, present, and future as a single holographic reality. This perspective, according to reports, allows them to observe probable timelines and to warn humanity of potential catastrophic futures. The Andromedans are also said to lead a coalition of benevolent species, working to prevent malevolent alien interference on Earth, while still respecting human free will and what are described as cosmic non-interference laws. They emphasize that humanity stands at a critical evolutionary crossroads, capable of ascending to what they call galactic citizenship, or descending into self-destruction through violence, environmental collapse, and spiritual ignorance. Unlike species described as physically intervening, Andromedans reportedly operate primarily through consciousness, appearing in meditation, in dreams, and during invited contact experiences with individuals considered ready to receive their guidance. They allegedly view Earth as a crucial genetic library, and humanity as a pivotal experiment in free will, an outcome that, according to these accounts, may influence the destiny of the entire galaxy. The Lyrans. The Lyrans are claimed to be the ancient ancestors of multiple humanoid species throughout the galaxy, including Pleiadians, Sirians, and even Earth humans, originating from planets in the Lyra constellation before a catastrophic war forced their diaspora across the stars. Described as appearing powerfully built and athletic, standing between 6 and 7 feet tall, with features ranging from Nordic blonde to darker complexions with cat-like facial characteristics, and occasionally feline eyes with vertical pupils. According to galactic history presented by contactees, the Lyrans were among the first humanoid civilizations to achieve space travel in this region of the galaxy, establishing colonies across dozens of star systems, before encountering the reptilian Draco Empire in a conflict that devastated their home worlds. Survivors fled to the Pleiades, Sirius, and allegedly Earth, where they genetically seeded or influenced early human development. This makes Lyrans the root ancestors in the human galactic family tree, with various contemporary human-looking alien species descending from Lyran refugees. Witnesses who claim contact with Lyrans describe them as deeply wise, somewhat melancholic about their lost civilization, and fiercely protective of their genetic descendants including Earth humans. They allegedly maintain a cautious distance from Earth due to ongoing conflicts with reptilian factions, but monitor humanity's development with profound interest. The Lyran narrative provides a cosmic backstory for human-looking aliens, explaining why so many reported alien species appear suspiciously similar to idealized humans. They share common genetic origins in a Lyran ancestor species that seeded the galaxy with humanoid life. The Venusians. The Venusians emerged from the contactee movement of the 1950s, with individuals like George Adamski, Howard Menger, and Omnek Onek claiming contact with beautiful human-looking beings who identified themselves as inhabitants of Venus, arriving in flying saucers to warn humanity about nuclear weapons. Described as exceptionally beautiful humans with perfect features, long flowing hair, and wearing simple one-piece jumpsuits, they allegedly spoke perfect English and delivered philosophical messages about peace, brotherhood, and spiritual evolution. The obvious problem with Venusian contact claims is that Venus is a hellish world with surface temperatures of 900 degrees Fahrenheit, crushing atmospheric pressure, and clouds of sulfuric acid, making physical life as we know it completely impossible. Contactees explained this discrepancy by claiming Venusians existed in a higher vibrational dimension on Venus, or came from ancient Venus before it became inhospitable, or maintained underground cities protected from the hostile surface. Skeptics view Venusian contactees as either deliberate hoaxers or psychologically disturbed individuals, projecting Cold War anxieties onto attractive alien saviors. However, the consistency of Venusian descriptions across multiple independent contactees, the sophisticated philosophical teachings allegedly received, and the profound personal transformations reported by witnesses suggest something more complex than simple fraud. Some researchers propose Venusian contacts were real, but involved beings who falsely claimed Venus as their origin to conceal their actual home worlds, using humanity's fascination with our neighboring planet as convenient cover. The Venusian contactee movement established templates for peaceful alien contact that influence New Age alien philosophy to this day. The Alpha Centaurians. The Alpha Centaurians allegedly originate from planets orbiting Alpha Centauri, the closest star system to Earth at just 4.37 light-years away, making them our nearest potential galactic neighbors and possibly humanity's first contact species. Described as appearing similar to humans but with subtle differences including slightly larger eyes, higher foreheads suggesting larger cranial capacity, and skin tones ranging from golden to light green depending on their specific planet of origin. According to contactee testimony and alleged military insider information, Alpha Centaurians have been visiting Earth for thousands of years, maintaining observation posts and conducting long-term studies of human evolution. They are consistently described as peaceful, scientific, and genuinely curious about humanity, viewing Earth as the fascinating younger sibling of galactic civilization. Unlike species with specific agendas, Alpha Centaurians allegedly practice strict non-interference, observing and documenting but rarely making direct contact except with individuals who consciously seek communication. Some accounts describe Alpha Centaurian scientists as similar to cosmic anthropologists, studying Earth's biological diversity, human cultural development, and social evolution with academic detachment. They allegedly possess technology capable of instant travel between their system and ours, explaining how such frequent monitoring is possible despite the distance. The Alpha Centauri system's proximity to Earth makes it the most logical source for genuine extraterrestrial contact, and some astronomers seriously propose that if intelligent life exists nearby, Alpha Centauri is the most probable location. Whether Alpha Centaurians are real aliens, hopeful projections of friendly neighbors, or covers for more distant species, remains unknown. The Sasquatch. The Sasquatch or Bigfoot, traditionally considered a cryptozoological mystery rather than alien, appears in some accounts as an interdimensional being rather than a biological ape, explaining why physical evidence remains elusive despite thousands of sightings. Described as standing between 7 and 10 feet tall, covered in dark hair, with distinctly humanoid faces and eyes, witnesses describe as showing uncanny intelligence and awareness. The interdimensional Sasquatch theory proposes these beings exist primarily in a parallel dimension or vibrational frequency, occasionally phasing into our reality during dimensional shifts or in specific locations where the veil between worlds is thin. This explains the lack of bodies, bones, or definitive physical evidence. Sasquatch doesn't leave remains because it doesn't permanently exist in our physical dimension. Witnesses in high-strangeness Sasquatch encounters report additional phenomena: orbs of light, UFO sightings in the same locations, electronic equipment malfunction, missing time, telepathic communication, and Sasquatch vanishing instantly, as if stepping through an invisible door. Some contactees claim Sasquatch are actually ancient guardians of Earth, interdimensional watchers placed here by advanced alien civilizations to monitor humanity's development and protect sacred natural locations. Others propose they are transdimensional refugees from a parallel Earth, where humanoid apes rather than humans became the dominant intelligent species. The Sasquatch UFO connection appears frequently in Native American traditions describing hairy star people who travel between worlds. Whether Sasquatch is biological, interdimensional, alien, or folklore, the thousands of consistent sightings across centuries suggest something genuinely anomalous exists in our forests. The Ummites. The Ummites represent the strangest documented case of alleged alien contact, beings who never appeared physically, but instead conducted decades-long communication through hundreds of detailed technical letters mailed to scientists, researchers, and civilians across Spain and France beginning in 1966. These letters, totaling thousands of pages, described Ummite civilization on planet Ummo orbiting star Wolf 24, located 14.6 light-years from Earth, providing extraordinarily detailed information about their physics, social structure, language, technology, philosophy, and observations of Earth. The letters included complex scientific concepts, philosophical frameworks, and technical diagrams, far beyond what hoaxers would plausibly create for no financial gain. Ummites describe themselves as humanoid, nearly identical to Spanish or French humans, allowing them to walk among Earth's population undetected while conducting anthropological studies. They claim to have established a small observation base in Spain and were studying human civilization as part of a broader galactic survey project. The Ummite letters discussed concepts like quantum non-locality, parallel universes, and information theory, decades before these became mainstream scientific topics. Skeptics eventually traced some letters to a Spanish telephone engineer named José Luis Jordan Pina, who confessed in 1993 to creating the hoax as a social experiment, but he later partially retracted his confession, and many letters appeared before and after his involvement, suggesting multiple authors. True believers argue the Ummite communications contain information beyond any single hoaxer's capacity to fabricate, while skeptics see an elaborate collaborative fiction. The Ummites remain unique, aliens who contacted humanity exclusively through postal mail, providing knowledge without ever requesting belief, attention, or worship.